Hey YouTube, wanted to get the video here together for you. It's been a while since we posted one. Had a hard drive crash a few weeks ago, and we've been in recovery mode ever since. Didn't have a PC there for a couple of weeks, and now I got one again, and we've been getting everything restored onto the new computer, and it's just taken a while. So that's basically why we've had an absence from YouTube. Some things going on here. I've had a few questions about the goat shelter and about what we're going to do to winterize it because you know, the airflow being able to come through the slats of the pallets. So what we've got some 4x8 1/2-inch OSB plywood that I picked up from Lowe's, and what I did was I put a little bit of varnish on both sides just to protect it from the sun and the wind and the rain and everything. And on each side of the pallets, these are 10-foot pallets. And so I got an 8-foot panel on each side, and then I cut, you know, the fourth board into approximately 30-inch sections in order to be able to finish it out. So we got 3 sides of the shelter covered up here. Left a little bit at the top intentionally there just so we have some airflow, because we do get some windy days, and I don't want to, you know, a 50 or 60 mile-an-hour wind to come through here and take this shelter down. So I want to be able to have that wind have a place to go. But so enough about the shelter. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below. This is Archer, our Great Pyrenees puppy that we've seen in some of the other videos where we had the puppies. And he is a little over 4 months old now, and he's a good sized dog, probably 55, maybe 60 pounds already. He's still a puppy. He hasn't quite got his bark on yet, but we've got him out here with the goats. Unfortunately, his mother, Sierra, our adult livestock guardian dog, she learned how to climb these fences, and so we had a hard time keeping her fenced in with the goats. She roamed our property there for the last couple of months, and then a couple of weeks ago she got up on the highway, and she got hit and got killed. And so in addition to, you know, just our family sadness over losing her, she was a great friend and a great working dog for us out here. Right after we lost her, we didn't have any dogs out here with the goats, and we ended up having a predator loss of one of our baby goats. We have the one right here he is 9 weeks old, puppy, or the sorry, not a puppy, baby goat to the black and white that you saw in a previous video. The one that was lost was a female, the twin of the far one over there that's laying down. This is their mother, but unfortunately it was about that was a little over a week ago, so they were about 4 weeks old, and that was the first loss we've had from a predator for goats. We've lost some chickens, and back when we had geese, we lost geese and stuff, but that was our first loss with a predator for our goats, which really tells me the importance of having a livestock guardian dog out here. You know, Sierra did a great job. She kept the predators and coyotes and stuff at bay, and we just need Archer here to get his bark on and be able to step into that role for us. So far he's bonded well with the goats. They've accepted him, he accepts them, he's part of the herd, and we're just going to see how it goes from there. So let's go take a look at the chickens and the rabbits and see what we got going on. All right, not too far away from the goat area here, we've got some rabbits on pasture. These guys are about 12 to 13 weeks old. I'd have to check my log to tell you exactly how old they are, but they're a nice plump size, and they are likely to graduate tomorrow. They've got some peers that are about 4 weeks behind them that need to get out of the cage and out here on tractor. So these guys are going to graduate tomorrow, and we're going to get the other ones out on pasture. So a while back we posted the video where we moved the rabbit hutch in here into the chicken run, and we decided to go with not having the buckets down underneath that we have when the hutch was over on the other side of the property. And we were going where the buckets were filling up about every 2 to 3 weeks, where we were having to dump them and clean them out. With the chickens underneath here, you can just kind of tell the chickens are keeping it scratched down, and they're taking care of helping to compost that stuff down there, and it is not piling up. So we're going to continue to monitor this and see if this is a good idea or not. But so far, you know, we're talking about maybe 5 or 6 weeks since we've done this. This is working out really great. Up here, I don't know if you can see this or not, we've been having some issues with the chickens. Now that they've gotten a little older and more mature, they figured out how to fly up and hop up onto the fence here and be able to hop out of their little enclosure. And so we've got this, I think it was like $13 at Lowe's for a roll of 100 foot of this, what's called wildlife netting. And it's just some plastic netting. It's actually 7 feet, and what I've got here, I've got 3.5 feet, just kind of doubled over. And got it zip tied to all the T-posts. And we actually did this earlier today, and I've had a couple of the hens hop up there and try to get out, and we're unsuccessful at doing it. So it worked out really well, and we're gonna have to figure out a solution for the paddocks. We've got the one paddock that we have built back there, and you can see the T-posts links are they're not as high. So we've got 8-foot T-posts all around, you know, sunk foot and a half into the ground, so they're about, you know, 7 feet tall, just a little bit under. And so having that netting up for this main area works well. But while they're out there on paddock, you can actually see one of our guineas out there running around trying to figure out a way back in. It's actually flew up and out of the paddock back there. So we've seen a site for some T-post extenders. Obviously, if, you know, I don't know why we didn't do it, continue to put the 8-foot T-posts all the way around. We should have done it, but we're going to try to figure out a way to extend the T-posts there and get some netting around the outside of the enclosures. Let's take a look at the chicken coop here real quick. And it's kind of getting late in the day here, so don't know if we'll be able to see a whole lot going on in here. But from our previous videos, what we had going on is at the base of each one of these windows, you can see there was the old roost bar holder. There was 3 roost bars, and they were at the bottom, which was about 6 inches or so below the nest box down there at the end. So what we had was, you know, approximately 40 chickens in here, and about 10 on the roost bars, and about 30 in the nest box. And we even had some, you know, up in here where you see the plywood is now, getting up there on the 2x4s on the inside. So I've taken some plywood and cut the triangles out and fastened that up there to keep them off the 2x4s. I added 2 roost bars, and we moved them up to the top of the windows. And so far this past week, every night we've had all the chickens on the roost bars except for 2. We've had one that's always laid in the hay below, and then one of the roosters was in the nest box. So other than that, moving the roost bars up took care of the problem. So we're going to continue to go with that. As we try to winterize, I've got ready here for power to the coop to be able to run my electricity on a timer for lights. We've got electricity running over from the barn, just got it zip tied up here along the top of the T-post. Run over here, added that little piece of wood there just to kind of tie the, get that electric cord all good and tight, running underneath the eave here up above the windows. Fastened another one on here so that it's good and tight, and then got the timer in between the power to the lights. All right, so what we got here is our workshop slash garage that we've had constructed since the last time we put up a video. It's essentially, it's a 1,800 square foot building, steel building. We've got down here, we've got 3 bays, commercial 10-foot garage doors. This end down here, we've got an insulated, heating cooled room that we're going to use as a grow room. We've got an additional 10-foot space in the back all along the building that's a covered area. We'll be able to stack firewood and other odds and ends and everything back there in a covered area. So let's take a look at the grow room here real quick. What we've got on the inside here, on this south wall, we've got a 6-foot window. On the west wall, we got a 6-foot window, and we've got a 3-foot window. And we're just going to use this. We're going to try our hand this winter at a doing some barley sprouts to be able to start a fodder system for our chickens and rabbits, and try to reduce as much of the feed costs as possible by growing the sprouted food. So we've got it wired up here where I can have shelves in the middle of the room with lights plugged into the top, in addition to the light that comes in from the windows. We've got a drain here in the middle of the floor just in case anything gets out of control. And then we'll have our tub basin and hot water heater over here on this side. Then as we move out in the workshop, this is the remainder of what we got going on out here. Electrician still got to finish up, but this is all looking pretty good. We got staircases here going up to the top, plenty of storage up there, and we're going to have lots of room out here to be able to expand some of the stuff we're working on. I'm going to have workbenches all along back here for being able to put tools up and be able to complete projects and all that kind of stuff. So, well, it seems like this is a bad time to pick to record this video. Got all kinds of road noise coming off the highway, and all the neighbors' dogs seem to be barking, so I'm gonna get this wrapped up. We're really excited about the building here and about all the stuff with the rabbits and the chickens. Apologize so much for not having a video out over the last few weeks. As I said, the computer crashed, the hard drive, you know, we it was just you know, so much of a struggle to get that thing back up and running and get everything restored, even to the point where we still don't have the intro video and you know, intro music and all that we normally have. So anyways, hope you like what you see. We're going to be back on track and getting some more stuff published out to you guys as soon as we can. Talk to you guys later.